So today we're looking at rotating a shape around a given point within a grid. So this triangle, I want to rotate 90 degrees around the centre of rotation to 2. So I've marked 2, 2 on my grid, and I've also labelled the points on my triangle. I've got A, B and C. Now if I think about it, if I'm rotating 90 degrees, this horizontal line is actually going to become vertical because that would mean it had turned a right angle. So the first thing I'm going to do is to rotate point A, I can see that it goes down 1 square and across 1 square to get to the centre of rotation. So then I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go down 1 square and across 1 square. So that's going to give me A1. Now I can see, if I draw some construction lines on my graph, that actually it's hit and rebounded off the centre of rotation at a right angle. So I know that I've effectively turned my shape a right angle. So I now have point A1. So for point B, it goes down 1 square and across 3 squares to the centre of rotation. So instead, this time, I'm going to go down 3 squares, 1, 2, 3, and across 1 square, 1. So that's going to become my B1. And I've just done the opposite, just to be able to turn my 90 degrees. C, I'm going to do the same. So I'll come from C and I go 1, 2, 3, 4 squares, and across 1, 2, 3 squares. And I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3 and across 1, 2, 3, 4, and that becomes my C1. Now there I can see I've got A1, B1, C1, and if I drew all my construction lines on, I would see that they'd all hit at 90 degree angles. So if I then construct my triangle, I can see my triangle has effectively turned 90 degrees around the point 2, 2, and I could check that with tracing paper if I wanted to. So now I want to try again, but this time I'm going to rotate my triangle 180 degrees around the point 0, 0, which are actually my X and Y intersect. So I'm going to mark my centre of rotation at 0, 0. And I know that if I'm going to rotate 180 degrees, that means my construction lines need to carry on at 180 degrees, so a straight line. Now, I could count down my squares to find my lines, but I could also measure it, because basically by counting down, you're showing that they are the same distance from the centre of rotation to each point. So if I label my points A, B and C, check that my points are the same distance from the point A to the centre of rotation to the A1, my new A. So I'm going to measure it, and it's actually 5 centimetres away. Now I can see that this straight line is creating my 180 degree angle, so I know I've rotated correctly. So I'm going to then carry on another 5 centimetres, which gives me my point here. So that gives me my new point A1. Now B, again, going from my point B through the centre of rotation, gives me 7 centimetres. And I'm going to go another 7 centimetres on, and that's going to give me a point B1. Now for C, I can again get my ruler, line it up through the centre of rotation from the point C. That gives me 9 centimetres. Carrying on another 9 gives me a point there of C1. I can then join my lines up. And I can see that from the point 0, 0, my shape has rotated 180 degrees.